for Huru, and I have my brother on with us today. And guys, let me go ahead and I'm gonna start off with this. Fitzgerald, everybody. I don't know if you guys know, Fitzgerald is an Alabama fan, and they lost this past Saturday to LSU.
Alumni, brother, alumni.
Alumni. I'm sorry, alumni.
Okay.
Alumni. I'm a University of Georgia alumni, and so we beat Florida a couple weeks ago. We beat Missouri. Next two games are SEC West opponents. So we're going to face LSU in the SEC championship in Atlanta. And I just want to let my brother Fitzgerald know that we are going to avenge that loss for you. I promise you, we will handle that in Atlanta at the Dome. This is like, I forgot what the movie was where one of the brothers get killed and the other brother has to go and avenge that death.
No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. You need your help this time.
Yeah. So Fitzgerald, we are going to take care of that for you. You have no worries, brother. We're going to take care of that for you.
It was kind of flattering that you knew that Alabama lost all the way from Nigeria. You gonna call me?
Hey, I was on my phone. Refreshing the ESPN app, hitting refresh. Yeah, that's how I do.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Losing is never easy, so never get loose to lose.
Yeah. So, brother Fitzgerald, we are definitely gonna take care of that for you because we love you over here. We don't want to see you hurt or down. So we are going to definitely take care of that for you. No problem.
Appreciate it. I love your topic this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. And everybody, we are live. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button as you come into the chat room. Also, too, make sure you share the video. I am still in Nigeria. Nigeria is home. I love Nigeria. I love Nigeria. It's home. Today was the last day of the tour, so we took everybody back to the airport. So all is well over here.
Including Mr. Fabian?
Fabian is great. Yeah, Fabian's at the airport. He's headed back to the States.
Okay.
Yeah, all is well, man. I'll be posting the videos and everything once I get back to the States on the 19th. So I'll be back in America November 19th, and I'll be back on the continent. That's like that second week of December, being Sierra Leone and Liberia. So definitely looking forward to that. But let me see. I can adjust this light a little bit. There we go. Okay. But guys, with that being said, today's topic. No, I'm not in Kenya. I am in. Okay, you got jokes. T. Kelly's making. Okay, so you and Fitzgerald got jokes today about my setup here. All right, listen, hold on. I'm at the world. She said so. Yeah, she got jokes. I know. What she said in my opinion with Amir Ra, I know exactly where that was. Yeah. So y'all got jokes. Listen, I'm at the world famous.
I wasn't the only one.
I'm at the world famous Calcutta, okay, which is the former residence of the greatest musician ever to live, Fela Kuti. So I'm at the world famous Calcutta. So, whatever. I know it's kind of dark in here, and I got my light right here to help, put some light on me. So whatever, T. Kelly, whatever. So, anyways, today's topic, this evening's topic was evening over here. It is 8 o'clock, 8:07 over here. I think it's 2:07 over there, Fitzgerald.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tonight's topic. Sometimes I scroll through Mr. Michael Dalco's feed, his Facebook feed, and I think on his page, he had a post about developing the ownership mindset of NFL owners. So I wanted to really get into just overall developing the mindset of ownership, because we're taught growing up, go to college. Some of you guys, thank God, Fitzgerald, thank God I was blessed with an athletic scholarship, because I could only imagine having to, with the mortgage and other bills, I could only imagine having to pay student loans. So thank God I don't have any student loans. So, we're taught go to college by any means necessary. Doesn't matter if, you have to incur $100,000 in debt, which is, you know, almost mortgage like debt. Don't mind that, but just, hey, you got to go to college by any means necessary. Then you got to get a job. Then you retire, hopefully draw some pension, your 401k, and then you die. That's pretty much what we're taught these days, coming out of growing up. So we're not really, ownership isn't really preached in our community. And I think that's something, whether it be a franchise or starting your own business. Even if you're working in corporate America, I think that is something that it's important that we focus on. And so when Brother Dalco had that post on his page in regards to, or his timeline in regards to developing the mindset of an NFL owner, I said, let's just have a general conversation in regards to ownership. But Fitzgerald, was funny, was interesting, Fitzgerald. I don't know if you know this, that the majority of, in fact, all of the owners for the most part, whether it be NBA, baseball, and NFL, like Fitzgerald, we lost you. We lost you, Brother Fitzgerald. Let me see if he messaged me. Hold on 1 second. Guys, can you hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me. Press 1 if you can hear me. Press 1 if you can hear me. Guys, press 1 if you can hear me. Ekale. Press 1 if you can hear me, people. Okay, everybody, you guys can hear me. All right, let me text Fitzgerald back. Okay, let's get Fitzgerald back on here. But anyways, yeah, just ownership is very important. And, I wasn't taught ownership growing up. So, the importance of entrepreneurship and being an owner and controlling your own destiny. Because at the end of the day, when you're an owner, for the most part, you're controlling your own destiny. And even if you're working a job, shout out to Barbara Sutton and Susan. Even if you're working a job, you should still have a business on the side. Because at the end of the day, here are the realities of working in corporate America. You have no equity in corporate America. You earn no residuals. You earn no RRDs is what me and Fitzgerald call it. In fact, I got this from Fitzgerald. Residuals. Shout out to Albert for the super chat. Residuals, dividends, and then the other R. Somebody help me out. Residuals, royalties. I'm sorry. Residuals, royalties, and dividends. You're not going to get any of that in corporate America. And when you leave your company, if you're let go, if you're fired, laid off, whatever you call it, since you have no equity in the company, pretty much everything all the energy you put into the company, as far as growing it, the revenue that you've brought to that company, you do not get to take it with you. And some people might say, well, you have the 401k. Can you hear me now, Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. You can't take any of that with you. But Fitzgerald, I was just talking about the importance of owning your own, and of course, every time I know when we speak on ownership, we always bring up the RRD, revenue, royalties, and dividends. But what I was going to share with you is that all of the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball owners, the teams that they own, that's not where they get the majority of their income from. So if you look at, let's see here, the Seahawks owner, the Seattle Seahawks owner, He co-founded Microsoft with Bill Gates. So
yeah, Paul Allen,
exactly. So the majority of these owners, like their franchises, that's just an additional stream of income. And for the most part, the revenue generated from their franchise is not the majority of, does not make up the majority of their income. Which is an interesting fact. And in some cases, it makes up a very small part of their income. Unless you're maybe the Cowboys owner, because I feel like that's all he does is Cowboys, eat, sleep, and Jerry Jones, eat, sleep, and Cowboys. But for the most part, these other owners, that's just owning an NFL team is just, it's like a hobby or just a side investment. So I thought that was very interesting. But I wanted to pass the mic over to Brother Fitzgerald because I know he has a lot of experience in ownership and especially in brick and mortar, which I don't have. I know, brother, how I met Fitzgerald was at his tire and auto repair shop in Atlanta. So we'll love for Brother Fitzgerald to give his experience. I know we talked about this before, but in regards to this topic, I think it's very relative.
Well, you was doing a great job, Dynaz. and good afternoon and good morning, everyone, depending on where you are. The couple nuggets I want to drop, but one of the most important that we are actually with this in relation to this stream, power is in ownership. Okay, power is in ownership, and only owners get equity. Okay,
hey Gerald, I had to reach out to Karatbars in my back office and get my vacation approved to come to Nigeria.
Yeah, you just told me you was going. Right? make sure your stuff show up. That's a wonderful thing, man. You're scheduled to get a couple more payouts. This week. So we will make that happen. But when you're the owner, yes, you take the risk. Yes, you reap the rewards. The greater share of the reward. See, when the difference with owners and non-owners is that they have control over what they do. They have control over how they do their business, how they build their business, who they decide to lead their business to, who they decide to be a part of their team, what markets they decide to go in or not going to go into, what products they decide to develop or not develop, what are the price points they're going to set for those products, what are the margins they're going to realize because of those products, what are the profits going to be generated, what percentage are they going to get, not only for them but their family and their investors. So all of us need to be thinking in ownership, because only ownership and only ownership alone gives you the ability to leave, an enterprise that's generating money for you and your descendants, which is very, very important. That's how generational wealth is built. You never heard of someone, a renter or a renter of a business or employee of a business being able to leave their job, to their descendants, or definitely their salary to their descendants. So it's very, very important that we come to grips like that. We have to develop our own, and whether it's whatever type of business, but something that comes in that's going to be an income stream for you and your descendants.
Absolutely. Guys, please hit that like button as you come to the chat room. So Atlanta Tire and Auto, like I said, I had no experience in regards to brick and mortar.
Okay, let me give you a real peaceful thing in that. Here's a couple things I did. It was my first business. I made several mistakes. Number one, I didn't own the building that my business was on.
Oh.
I did not own that building that my business is on. I was actually renting the real estate for my business. You decide you're going to raise the rent, or you decide you're going to get a new tenant in there, or you decide, whatever, then I have to go. Right now, Dynast, that building has been right there on 1055 Brady Avenue in Atlanta. It's totally torn down. Condos, that property is worth millions around there. I don't know if the last time you say she's
Oh,
been there.
I've been there.
But I didn't have ownership of the building. I just rented my building. And let me say, for me, that was disastrous. Because at one time they decided they did wanted the property back, and boof, my business just disappeared like that. Number two, I didn't really know the business that I went in. When I started with Atlanta Tire and Auto Service, I was the guy that went out there that got all the business. I was the marketing manager, and then I streamlined into the owner, and business manager, developing that business. But I did not know how to repair cars. I have the mind to know if you know how to do it, because I know I've been around the systems of, but physically actually getting out there repairing cars and major component systems, I don't know how to do it. I'm like the brains behind it. I can put together the employees I need, the systems I need, the structure I need. I can go out there and get the customer need, but to actually do the work, that I can't do. Never get involved in a business that you don't know top to bottom. I had quite a few employee issues. Literally there were times my employees could just decide they didn't want to show up, and I couldn't get people's work done because I didn't have the ability to go out there and do it. So that taught me a very vital lesson.
Quick question. So literally employees will literally walk off the job. Have you
not necessarily walk off the job, but they had an interesting way of not showing up when you need it. I remember having a garage full of cars one time, and no employees, none of them showed up. I had to shut the door, be at the counter, and play it off like, I just couldn't get my cars out. That wasn't very good for the reputation and for my revenue as far as with that. But it taught me something. So eventually I left that business, and it taught me a very lesson. I don't deal with businesses that I don't know. No, I just don't. You have to know something about it. So if something does come in, that you can step into it, and from top to bottom, what's the viability, what are the markets, what are the price points, can it survive, how long can it survive, what is your competition doing, just little things like that. My second business was a janitorial business. Now within janitorial, I do know the janitorial business. I'm a very, very good cleaner. May not look like it, but I'm very, very detail oriented and can clean apartment buildings and homes with impeccable detail. So I know exactly how to do that. So when I started the janitorial business, it was called Clean and Clear Windows and Blinds. And that's what I would do. I would target high-end clients. Dynas, I used to specifically do a lot of work down at Lake Spivey, down in Henry County. And so the multi-million-dollar homes where the question of price wasn't the issue, it was the quality. Could you, it was the type of excellence that you could demand. I was, sometimes you could charge people like $300-400 just for cleaning windows. And I was very.
Fitzgerald, my question, if we could back up for a second. Lake Spivey, I'm very familiar with that area, golf course area. As far as careers, what type of careers did your clients have?
Most of them were retired. For medical profession, legal profession. You may remember Atlanta icon Monica Coughlin. She used to live in that area. But they doctors, lawyers, business owners. They didn't have they didn't do your regular 9-to-5 jobs. They certainly went down there making $30,000 or $40,000 a year. It was a very, very exclusive neighborhood. And so it was quite a few transplants down there. They would come from other regions of the country and just decide they're going to settle there. I mean, in your home state, California, the housing price is so ridiculous out there. A lot of people can move over to Georgia here in Florida, just buy a home straight out with the equity they realized in it. When you talk about markets like San Jose and San Francisco, with like an apartment now, it would go for probably like $1.3 million over here, but you can pick it up all day long over here for less than $250,000. Just things like that. So those guys would do that, and they would come over there and they would just go ahead and pay flat out cash for a home, and have, because of equity. Once again, they own the home, so they could pull the equity out and have them a very, very nice start. But one thing I did kind of notice with that ass, a lot of them people, they had issues, but money wasn't one of them.
Right.
No, and because they had an income stream that was coming in and and replacing their household finances, which was a good thing to do. And also they were very friendly, very approachable, but extraordinary professional. When you came there, there's certain things they expected you to how you conduct yourself. For number one, you had to be bonded, licensed, and insured. Number two, you have to have good recommendations. Far as getting to your house. Number three, you have to be but very trustworthy because you live and breathe on referrals in that market. So that business I could do. So those are the only two businesses I have. I have earned. I have created and did work. But my best one is right there. What I do at my Carrot Bar business, because after a while I got tired of dealing with employees. I got tired of dealing with physical brick and mortar buildings. I wanted to move into the investing quadrant to make sure that my money was actually working for me instead of me working for my money. I wanted to be in there where I can, go ahead and take a certain amount of capital and get a certain return back from that capital, free of any geographical restrictions and definitely free of any employees. So that was where I wanted to move into, and I started looking. You start looking at things like see where the internet and e-commerce business is going, i.e., Amazon or eBay. Snapchat, Facebook, these are all e-commerce business, and you're seeing like, wow, there are people making a fortune, just off the World Wide Web, and they're able to literally have the world as their customers, no rent to pay, no employee taxes to pay, they're creating and facilitating the good and service and stuff. So I decided to get it, I wanted a piece of that. Then lo and behold, here comes Carrot Bars. That gave me exactly what I wanted to do to move into that market and to profit from it. It's pretty sweet that you can do business in 146 nations, around the world, dealing with gold from the company of telephone. Diane, I was working with Jonas this afternoon, this morning. Jonas is over in Ghana. I guess not too far from you.
I'll be in Ghana Friday.
Okay, well, you might want to look him up, and I can send the information off of there. He's part of your team. Well, he called me, and he had just registered Kofi also in Ghana. I think the city is Accra.
Accra, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in Accra.
So I'm doing business over here in Tampa, Florida. International business over in Tampa, Florida, talking to these guys about building a business. Over there in Ghana. And they're ecstatic for me, because there was no startup cost to do it. They have a global community, they have a global product and stuff like that, and they're putting themselves and their families in position to really create a great secondary or primary income with them with just minimum work, something that they build. So that was a pretty cool thing. And we often talk to people around the world, whether it be in Switzerland, London, or Canada. Australia, New Zealand, doesn't make a difference. As long as I got WhatsApp here in the computer, I can facilitate business all over these countries, right down here from nice, beautiful, sunny Florida, 85 degrees in my home right here with a t-shirt on, and basically get.
Hey, Fitzgerald, tell them how many pairs of shades you have in your car.
I got 4 pairs of sunglasses in my car. Sun's so bright down here, but you know what? Florida's where I want to live. I'm living where I want to live. I'm doing what I want to do. I haven't completely arrived, but I can definitely see that I'm on my way. To creating a very, very good lifestyle, financially, and time freedom for me and my family. Plus the fact, that I can do this, once again, anywhere in 146 nations, right down here from the comfort of my home. I don't have to worry about traffic. I don't have to worry about employees. I don't have to worry about marketing. I don't have to worry about accounting. I don't have to worry about distribution. I don't have to worry about any of that thing. So all I do is just give people an opportunity to build wealth for them place, or should I say, all Diane and I do just give people an opportunity to build wealth for themselves with us partnering with them, and we all making money for us from doing that. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more to it than that, but by far it's not complicated. Save a lot of gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. Tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. Now we have systems together to do that, but we all also have a system along with Dynas and myself to help you do that. So it's just really that simple, and so I didn't really have any alternative. I had to build something. I didn't have a whole lot of startup working capital, to basically deal with this. When I started my first business, Dynas, I don't know if I told you, that cost me my home. I had to, you know, put my home up and, you know, and pull equity out of that. So it came so far that I didn't have anything else left. And I lost both my home and the business. The beautiful 3,000 square foot home, right? 617 Sibley Circle in McDonough, Georgia. I didn't forget that, and I still don't forget it, you know, because you know what, that was what's backing up. And Karatbars, you know, the equity that backs this business and catch this people, and Karatbars in this referral based business, the Dynamics the equity that backs this up is us,
right?
Fitzgerald Stephens,
the work he put in.
You know, Dynamics Amir backs up his business based on our hustle, you know, our hustle and our fire to really to get out there and build something for ourselves and help everybody else. So we don't have any risk with this, you know. So that's one thing I like, and I wished I would have known about this way before that, way before I ventured in those other ventures. Of course, it didn't exist back then, but you know, I mean, I would have been light years ahead, you know, as far as with that. But you know, I've been doing this about going on 5 years, and have somewhere over 6,200 business partners around the world, you know, that I help serve and work with, and you know, getting paid in euros and collecting gold. So you know, I'm not too far away from my goals, you know, as far as right now. I've done a couple of things and help Dynath do a couple of things there. So we're kind of pleased with the results of where we're going so far, but we're certainly looking for more.
Hey guys, what we'll also take some phone calls tonight as well. So if you want to call in and ask a question, by all means, make sure you email me. Shout out to Chima Madu for the super chat. Shout out to Albert for the super chat. I was actually named Albert in my former life.
Albert Hollis.
Albert Horton Hollis II. Fitzgerald knew me as Albert when I walked into those the doors of his auto repair shop back in 2007.
Yeah, Dynas, I think I want to clear up something. I don't think I want to clear. I want to clarify something. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't get it. Please don't get distracted by what we're saying and what we're not saying. This is not about us. It's about you. Well, we come on here every week that we come on to Karatbars, we have one purpose and one purpose only: to help you and your families build up a residual secondary income. We do it by way of Karatbars. You know, all the stuff that you talked about, all the stuff that you're hearing Dynas and I talk about, we're just setting the tone. But forget about us. It's not about what we're doing and how many we got and what we're doing. It's about showing you that what we have done, you can do the same. You know, and our job is to show you how you do that. The world over, people are looking for opportunity. People are looking for opportunity to improve the economic life of them and their families. They're looking the world over. So, you know, this is a worldwide phenomenon. You know, people want their ownership. People are tired of just going in and being service to everyone else without them and their family not realizing a fraction of the benefits. And they're tired of being, you know, coming at the end of 40 and 30 and the years and have nothing to show for all their labor. Them built someone else a gigantic empire. They have nothing. You know, they're tired of that. So they're looking at how do I get some of that? You know, over here we call it the American pie. I don't know what's the term over in other countries, but I think one of the terms is I want to be free. I want to be free from the bondage of being able to serve under someone all the time, but not being able to leave anything for me and my family. I'm not talking about insurance policies. I'm not talking about maybe some savings plans, because you certainly can't leave your pensions to your children, maybe your wife or your spouse in this nation, but you can't leave your job income to your children. I'm talking about building up something by way of equity and by way of form of residual income that you can literally pass on to your family, your children, and your children's children. Something that's going to keep growing and growing and growing, and that's going to outlive you, to be growing and working for your descendants while you're gone. That's what we're talking about. Now, we do it by way of Karatbars, but you know what? Karatbars is just one income stream. You know, you take a stream like this, you can roll it into real estate, you can roll it into precious metals, you can roll in other income producing assets that's going to bring that stream in for you and your family. But make no doubt about it. Say what you will about us and everything like that, but our logic makes perfect sense. You cannot just depend upon you and your income to support you and your family alone, because if something happens to you, everything is up everything is jeopardized. Even if you're one of those lucky individuals that who has so-called a good job. And my philosophy is, I said it before and I'll say it again, there is no such thing as a good job. But just in case some of y'all believe you do got one, you may like it, you may love your job, but your job doesn't love you. And you could easily be replaced. Do not get it twisted. You're not irreplaceable. Please don't get it twisted. The only title that belongs to is the guy who owns it. Oh, you know what? And he started leaping funny.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right there. In fact, I'm sorry to cut you off. In fact, you're about to get into that. Just because you own the company doesn't mean that you're not irreplaceable. Like you said, the investors, the stockholders, at any minute. Look at WeWork. Look at here's another one, Fitzgerald, Men's Warehouse.
Well, Stephen Jobs got replaced for Apple company. Right. He founded, he got fired from there.
Right.
He founded the company, and so this is what we're trying to get at.
Now somebody's calling, but keep talking.
Yeah, and then let's look at the second component of that. I have no doubt that quite a few listeners on this stream and the listeners on the previous stream, I have no doubt that you are very successful and make a very, very good income far as for you and your family. I have no doubt about that. I think that everyone, not everyone makes a good income. That is not it at all. But what I do realize, even if you are in that category, probably one of the things that you don't have is time. You probably don't have the time that you want. Yes, you make the money. Yes, you can live in a nice neighborhoods. Yes, you can send your children to the best schools, and yes, you can have some of the luxuries you want, but you don't have time. You don't have time. So you have to have both economic freedom and time freedom. Those are what you're going for. Economic freedom and time freedom. Some of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, probably out there working 60 to 80 hours a week. That's not sustainable over the
Can you guys still hear me? At least I think we lost Fitzgerald. Press 1 if you can still hear me. Press 1 if you can still hear me. I think we lost Fitzgerald. Yeah, we lost Fitzgerald. Hold on, let's get him back on real quick. Give me 1 second. Again, guys, thank you for joining. Now, in the link, all right, the link in the chat room, the link that's on the screen, and also the link that will be in the description. For those who are going to watch the replay, click on that link. That's my Karatbars affiliate link. Click on that link. Sign up as an affiliate. You're going to get a personal phone call from me. And then I'm going to connect you with Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald is going to, really, me and Fitzgerald are going to help you get started, answer all your questions, and just make sure we put you in a position to be successful. Okay, Fitzgerald's back. All right, go ahead, Fitzgerald. I lost you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So what I was saying.
No problem.
So what I was saying is the fact that, some people who make very, very good incomes and, but you don't have the time. You don't have the time to enjoy it with you and your family. You don't have the time to do what you did. To do what you really want to do. And so I remember one time in the final note to bring that home, Dinaz, I used to work for a gentleman in Atlanta, before I bought the company, and he told me, he said his dream is to have the lifestyle of his wife and daughter, because he was the one working and putting all the hours in to make that happy for them. They came in, there was no real stress with them. And, when his daughter came in and she was going right down to Georgia Tech. His wife, she was short 2 days a week, a Thursday and Friday. Tuesday and Thursday to do the books. But you know what? Guess who was sitting up there putting the hammer down, working two companies, somewhere, an extraordinary amount of hours. He was. So he told me, he said, my lifestyle, my dream is to have the lifestyle of my wife and daughter. I never forgot that. He had the money, but he didn't have the time.
Right.
Subsequently, that led to a breakdown of their marriage. That was part of it. A marriage imploded, darn near after 30-something years. Why? Because, you're spending all the time at the place. You can't do that, so, just something to think about. So Karatbars allows Dynas and I to do this, to have both of that. Now, what is Karatbars? What is Karatbars?
Real quick, you know what? I might be. Let me read this super chat, because maybe you can give Miss Ken Deep some advice. I've been buying small increments of gold with Karatbars for a little over a year, looking to buy a bronze very soon.
Love it. And you know why I love that comment? Because that person is doing what they want to do. They're building their business at their pace. You see, you're not in race with anyone else. Like you're still increasing your gold wealth holdings, and you just still study going through it and working your business. You respect you. You know why? Because you are diverting some of your time to build something for you and your family. I respect any man or woman that basically does that. You don't necessarily have to be doing what Dynas and I do it, but if you have the wherewithal to just to go ahead and listen, I know I got to build something for me and mine. I know I have to. I know I can't be the best dependent on anyone else, for my retirement, for my continuation of living, and for my lifestyle. Man, I really respect that. So awesome. So just keep doing what you're doing. And by the way, if I can be a help, if I can be a help, please call me direct at 1-716-573-6296, or my email address is Fitzgerald, Fitzgerald, Stephens, Stephens, @gmail.com. I don't care if you're in our organization or not. If I can just give you a couple of pointers that that's helped Dynas and I grow a massive team, it's not going to cost me anything. And I'll be happy to help you guys to get to the successful level you want to be. No charge, by the way.
And guys, with that being said, once again, the affiliate link is in the chat room. Click on the link. The link's also on the screen, and it'll also be in the description if you watch the replay. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to call you personally, and then I'm going to connect you with Fitzgerald. And what we want to do is ensure and put you in a position where you will be successful. I am somewhat behind in making my phone calls because I've been in Nigeria. Today was the last day of our tour. We had a successful tour. I believe everybody was happy. Next tour is in March. We're doing another tour in March, and that's going to be the 1-year anniversary commemoration of my coronation. So the 1-year anniversary to commemorate my coronation. So we're doing that. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah. So for those who are interested, send me email searchforwhuru.com, or just go to dynasmir.com and send me email. All right, go ahead.
Well, Karatbars gives you the opportunity to really literally have your own business, create your own stream of income. So what is Karatbars? Karatbars is a company that was founded in 2011 by Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz in Stuttgart, Germany. It is the largest distributor of small gold increments in the world. The primary thing that we have right here is that right there. That is gold. All those cards right there, that's 1 gram of gold. Gold is money. So how do you do this? What do you do? First of all, you go ahead and you click on Dynas's link right there, his registration link. You fill out your registration form. It takes about 7 minutes, and then 146 nations that you can start doing business with right now. Well, as you collect gold, and as you can see, that was physically in my hands, and for those. You take it or what you wanted, they'll tell you it's the real legit, it's the real McCoy. So by me taking some of that, taking some of my paycheck, my fiat currency, which is called paper money, and exchanging in gold, I'm increasing my wealth. Dynas, when I got paid for my job last paycheck, you know what? For one of the first things I did, man, I went and bought me a gram of gold, and add it already onto the gram of gold that I'm doing right now. I have no minimums, no maximums to buy. We also have gold-backed cryptocurrency. We have the K1 Info phone. We have the blockchain computer. We have profit packages. We have gold coins. We have commemorative coins. Now, what is that? Now, Karatbars actually is a money system. It's a wealth system, because practically everything you get through that, it becomes an asset. Now, if you just choose just to collect the gold and the gold-backed cryptocurrency alone, you're light years ahead of a lot of other people, and I do mean light years. Now, but there's another stream that you can do. You can actually seek to build a global team like Dynas and I, and get paid off of the percentage of people off of people who you help put in business, and Dynas and I are doing both of that. I got a phone, we can conduct our businesses through way of the smartphone, like I said, and the computer. Both Dynas and I have received income even while we were in different places and different times. I mean, just because this is not something for you doesn't mean it's not going to be something for someone in Ghana or Nigeria or South Africa or Switzerland, London, who could be a part of your network, and you could be benefiting from that. Because you know what, just because this is, you're looking at it's like, wow, okay, this may not be for me at this time. Don't mean it's not for someone who knows someone someone that it is for, that can build you a massive team. In 4.5 years, there's I have a team over 6,200 affiliates, and increasing even right now as I speak. Who are buying gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency, and that's adding to my wealth. And I have 121 people said yes to me, and yet I have over 6,200 affiliates. So if you do the math, where did all those other several thousands come from? Duplication, including with my friend Prince Amir. I talked to him about this about 4 years ago. He said yes. He filled out the registration form. Took about 7 minutes, and lo and behold, now he's sitting on a pretty sizable global team.
But Fitzgerald, but the thing is, I didn't do anything with it for like
but see, the thing with you had me do who was doing it. Right. Yeah, that was the thing. That's the thing, because you had me that was helping you build your business until you got ready to to build it yourself. And that's the thing, because we're a team, and so I think the wealth is really in the duplication. The doing the gold is great, but when you actually have many team members all working for one cause, on the one umbrella, it's a pretty powerful thing, things like that. So in a neighborhood like that, not to get into my earnings and stuff like that, but I do all right. I do pretty decent. It's nice to be able to sometimes make in about 15-20 minutes what you done, but what it took you a week to make on your regular job. Is that every day? No, but it's consistent enough. And we get paid in euros, which is more than the US dollars, more than Nigerian naira, more than the South African rand, more than the Canadian dollar, in value and stuff like that. And so, getting paid in euros on our MasterCard, I use that to make my vehicle payment. I use that to buy food. I use that to pay for goods and services wherever MasterCard is sold. So what we do, we duplicate our efforts. We duplicate our work efforts, and then we help people do the same. Because when we bring someone in and someone decide to join our team, they're not doing it for us. They're not doing it for Dynas and I. I mean, we're nice people. We're, decent men and everything like that, but they're not doing it for us. They're doing it for the build their family's wealth. And as they build an organization, they will be benefiting off of that just like we do. While still collecting their gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. It's free to join, so what do you have to lose? Your training is going to be free. Your business is going to grow with or without you. I mean, what Karatbars is putting somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000 people per month. And I have said it numerous times, and Dynas, I'll say it again to you. I believe some of the largest income earners within Karatbars have not even gotten in yet. I really do. I mean, what are some of them on the stream right now listening to us? You know, what would you do if you had a six-figure income a month? You know, it's people making that. I know some of them. You know, it's people doing that. What if you could do something like maybe 5,000 euros a month, or whatever figure you're willing to work for? I mean, what you know, a lot of people over in this country, United States, and $1,000 would change the trajectory of their financial life. Just $1,000 a month. You know, and so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the ability to build something at your pace, you know, that can possibly bring you that can not bring you that secondary income in, or primary, or at one moment be your primary income. And on a final note, my sponsor, Michael Delco, man, who you guys probably heard me talk about it. For those of you who are new, he's a man who I've been knowing about 23 years, since 1997, 98. Okay, and so we used to attend the same church together, and so formulated a great relationship. I'm 3 days older than he. The 3 days older, he is literally the same month, same year. I'm just 3 days older than, so I call him my little brother. But he gives me a call, and he said, "Fitzgerald, I got something I want you to take a look at. It deals with gold. It's free to join." I said, Michael, you know, man, whatever, man. Because it's you, just go ahead and sign me up. I didn't even fill out my own registration form. Michael took him about 7 minutes. Well, I disappeared with that. I disappeared, didn't understand what I had, didn't go to work, didn't plug into the training, didn't get any counseling really much to do it. Just went back to normal routine, you know, until one day I said to my then wife, I said, you know, hey, listen, we made about $70,000. You know, where did the money go? We were living in a one-bedroom apartment up in Buffalo, New York, driving old cars. I drove a 1995 Toyota Camry. She drove a 1999 Toyota Camry. We wasn't going on exotic trips. We wasn't flying to Africa like Dinah asked to do it. But, you know, we couldn't miss a check, you know. And so I learned that the business laws in this country are for the business owners. The reason we couldn't get ahead because we were W-2 employees, which means we got taxed first, as opposed to a business owner like you are when Karatbars. You can write a lot of your taxes off. You know, I can't speak for other countries. I don't know how that works, but in the United States and Canada, you can easily do that, provided you got a business. And, you know, and so certain things you can write off, thus increasing your wealth. So I get to work. I'm hearing a friend of mine, Sherry Brown, you know, another friend that Michael and I both knew. We all went to that same church, and she's talking. All of a sudden, I get on the phone and I call Michael. Michael, tell me about this Karatbar business, because I was looking. You know, I had 49 years old, man, and retirement was coming right up around the corner, and I didn't have any things in place. And no, I didn't blow opportunities. Yes, I worked hard. Yes, I'm college educated. No, I don't have a criminal record. I did all the right things right. So for someone who out there thinking, well, he wasted his time, you know, it's just life. I mean, you sometimes you don't get those breaks. You work hard and you get passed over and stuff. But I'm not going to really say much on that. That's when I called up Michael. He said, Fitzgerald, you have 139 people in your organization. I'm like, where did that come from? He said, I put them there. You know, and it took me a year to do that. I've talked to people down at your organization. They got 400 something people in their group, and they just been in about 4 months under you. You know, right. So they're way past me because the business is growing. So I went to work and I got one of my business package. I start off the business package. We, you know, the business package allows me to benefit far as from the dual team network and create a dual income and get paid by way of a dual team. Now, the business package you have four. You have the VIP, which you guys probably see behind me. Dynas and I are VIP. That's about 3,000 euros. You have the gold. That's about 1,500 euros. You have the silver, which is about 750 euros. And you have the starter packs, which is about 150 euros. You know, that's where I started out. That's all I could afford. You know, but nevertheless, I got started. That's where Dynas started. You know, that's where we were, but we're not that anymore. We're upgraded once we saw the potential. Well, everything you acquire in Karatbars is practically an asset. So you have two teams. So you're able to qualify for units every time someone buys any type of product through Karatbars, depending on the cost of the product. There are units that are generated. Well, when you get 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, and if you have a VIP like Dynas and I, every time that happens, you get 80 euros every single time that happens, like clockwork. If you have a gold package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side. Every time that happens, you get 60 euros. If you have a silver package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you get 50 euros. And if you have a bronze business package, 25 units on one side, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you're going to get 40 euros every time that happens. Now, it's not where you start. That's not the issue. As long as you start. Do you have to get a business package? No. But you will not maximize your income without it. You will not do that. And so we just went to work and we just start duplicating, start putting this out. And then just talking to people, lo and behold, we found a few people who was looking, and all of a sudden now, a group of thousands is developed. My sponsor, Michael, you guys hear me talk about 6,200 people. Wow, some of you guys might say that's impressive. No, it isn't. No, not with about 8 billion people running around in the world. He has something like 60. 60,000 plus. Was that impressive? No, it isn't. We have an upline Ty Best. Was in 100,000 plus. Close to that. Is that impressive? No, it isn't. We have an upline called Tammy Morrison. She has something like 400,000 affiliates. Is that impressive? No, it isn't. She has an upline called Shirley Gober, who has something like close to 600,000 affiliates. And so it's growing and duplicating. And each one of those people who I said on there, make a very, very full-time income. And the fact that they don't have to work for anyone. Michael, my Delco, my sponsor, this guy retired from a 6-figure mortgage banking job in a major city in the southeast United States, off the equivalent of a bronze package, and he did it in 103 days. That was about 5 years ago. He's retired. His wife retired. His 5 grown children retired. And if you got a goldfish, the goldfish is retired. You just get what I'm saying right here. The ability to create something for you. And so this is all what we do, and it's really just that simple. Is it for everyone? No. Do Dynas and I want to work with everyone? Absolutely not. We're looking for those of you who are looking, not for those of you who come in with a whole bunch of negativities and talk about this pyramid scheme and whatever. Hey,
hold on, let me stop you, Fitzgerald. We got somebody in the chat room.
Well,
he said he has to educate people to let them know that this is a pyramid scheme. He said he has to.
Well, he doesn't know he or she doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'm not even going to address that this time, because number one, if they sit around and millions of commissions have been paid out, since the inception of this, we got thousands of people who have walked away from full-time jobs because of this. Millions of dollars worth of gold has been acquired in the hands of people. And so that's a statement. The person doesn't know what they're talking about. And if you feel that way, why you on the stream watching? Give me a break.
He said he has to educate the people.
He has to educate people. Okay. Well, if for the people who want to be educated by him, that's fine. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the ones who's like, hey, show me something. I need an opportunity. I got to do something different from what I'm doing right now. And you know what? And I want that gentleman to know that I'm not being disrespectful to you, and I'm not being disrespectful for your opinion and stuff like that. But am I dismissing your opinion? Absolutely, because that's not what I come to talk about. I've been involved for basically 5 years. You know what? You educate me on this, and then I can shut the heck up. But you won't be able to do it. So therefore, you shut the heck up. This is right here is physical gold, as far as right in my hands. Do you have that? I can take this and verify that right now. This is in my hands, not in some account, not anything like that I can literally take down and take to a gold dealer now and exchange this for money to buy stuff right now. When I get paid, as far as with euros, with my card and everything like that, I can literally take that down. When I run for paying my vehicle payment, they don't say this is a Ponzi scheme, this didn't work. As long as I have produced things like that, and I've been doing it. I've been doing this for several years. And the terms have made thousands upon thousands of euros in this thing. No, sir. It's not no Ponzi scheme, because you know what? You actually cannot earn me. In a Ponzi scheme, you never could do that. You can never out earn those on top. If you work harder than me, you can actually out earn me. or I'll earn Michael Delco or earn anyone else, thank you for your education, but it's simply not needed.
Okay, there we go. With that being said, guys, my affiliate link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, it's on the screen, and it'll also be in the description once you watch the playback. For those who are going to watch the playback, click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to personally call you, and I'm going to connect you with Fitzgerald, and we're going to get you trained up and rolling. We want to make sure you guys are successful. So good news about the phone, Fitzgerald. Did you see the video?
No, but they also revamped the website.
Oh yeah, I did. I went to the revamped website.
But Dynas, I told you to hold off on the phone, and I remember I told you that I don't want you picking up the phone yet because I want you to set up a business account and buy the phone through your business account. That phone, by you purchasing that phone through your business account, you can actually make your business account a VIP too, and then you can get a percentage of that purchase in your personal account. Once again, Karatbars is a money system. Everything that you put into it is asset. I have two accounts. I have my personal account and I have a business account that's on VIP. So if I choose to buy products through my business account, it actually helps my personal account. And so that's something I can get in with those who talk on the phone. That I talk to on the phone. Same concept can work with husband and wife. We have whole families signed up in this, and the family is helping each other grow their teams by personally working with each other to do that. So it's growing that household wealth and everything. It's creating income for both the husband and the wife that goes in the family. So we like what we're doing, and we like the results of what we're doing. Dynas and I have personally helped dozens upon dozens of people in this stream since he's came. So a lot of people thanking us and calling me and spending time with us. So we like what we're doing there. We like what's happening because we're changing people's lives while at the same time changing ours for the better.
There's a question in the chat room. I almost forgot. If for those who invest in Karatbars, if the economy were to crash, how would that affect them? With all due respect,
the same thing that I just said to the customer that answered that. And if I didn't make that clear, that's on me. This is how I can turn this in for goods or service. I can exchange that for goods or service. This is in my hands. Okay, that's what makes us one different. I could take this and I could exchange it because you know what? Usually when the economy is a collapse, the first thing that collapses is the money because over here there's going to be a run on the bank systems over here, Dynas. People are going to go try to pull all their cash out, and then they're going to get hit with the second whammy. For those who are able to get it, they're going to find out it's lost so much its value. It's just worthless. It doesn't do anything. So when people look for hey, I want to go get goods or service, they're going to be looking for hard assets, gold, silver, diamonds, something that can be exchanged for value and stuff. Now you can't go around carrying around a block of gold or a kilogram of gold, but I can carry like an ounce of it or 5 ounces or 2.5 ounces. And I can't do that. I can take my passport, probably go to a place that's more friendlier, and load with my euros and my gold and stuff like that. So,
and real quick, Fitzgerald, I'm sorry because I forget, Fitzgerald. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. This is your program, sir.
No, but still, I respect you as my elder, and I shouldn't be cutting you off. But I'll forget. Now, as far as diamonds, there's a certain process that you have to go through and able to transport diamonds anywhere, especially on airplanes. But with gold, there's no minimum in the amount of gold that you can carry on a plane. And also with cash money, is the minimum is like $10,000.
Oh yeah, but you know what? On that and whatever the heck I did with it, here's going to be a nice little thing right here. Right, that is my Karatbars MasterCard. That my euros.
Mine is here. Mine is at the house. Mine is at the house.
Yeah, you already know that you got euros over there waiting for. I kind of got an idea, but I'm not good. It's not my business to say on that.
Yeah.
You know what? This thing right here will upload to up to 100,000 euros. I can take this and go to the airport all day long, and they're just going to smile at me and say nothing. I can't do that with 100,000 cash. And then when I get over to Nigeria, I can just go ahead and put it into the ATM over there and pull out the equivalent in Naira. Or if I'm in South Africa, I can go to the ATM over there and pull out the equivalent in Rand. Or if I'm if I'm in Maui, I can go over there and pull out the equivalent CFC franc, which I'm be glad when they actually replace that franc when Africa gets rid of France with their monetary system. I'll be really glad with that when they come around and get their own currency back, because that's gonna very, very strengthen their economy. Plus, they got the resources to back it. Where as far as to make their currency strong, where France don't really have resources at all, but that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother subject. And so that's what the thing. Now my gold may be do a little bit different, Dynas. Though, I collect gold. I have gold over here, and and also store gold, but that might be a little bit different to transport. So I have to work on that first. But the important thing is just be prepared. It's not a matter if a global clash comes, it's when. It's going to come. In this country, alone right here, we have been somewhere in the neighborhood of $23 trillion in debt in the United States. That's ill-sustainable. Dynas's grandchildren will still be paying on that debt, and their children will still be paying on that debt. I think over in certain countries of Europe, it's still the same thing, not as maybe as high as ours was. I know a couple of years ago, Zimbabwe, that currency crashed. Hyperinflation kicked in. A wheelbarrow of money wouldn't buy a loaf of bread and eggs, a dozen eggs. We saw the same thing with the crash over in Greece and Venezuela. Debt like that is just unsustainable. So what's going to happen, when that money has no value? You got to have something that has value, because you're still going to need goods and services. You're still going to need cooking oil. You're still going to need ammunition, generators. You're still going to need these things that people are not. You got to still have some means of exchange. And so, am I trying to paint a doomsday scenario? No. I'm just a very practical, calculating, planning man. I got the ability to see stuff before it unfolds, especially if I feel that it could hurt me. Now, and one thing that I saw before I joined the karatbars was like, if I continue on the trajectory that I'm doing now, keep working and working and no wage increases and stagnation and you're getting older and and goods and services are getting higher. It's going to come at the end of the time. I'm going to be in a very, very precarious situation. I'm 55 years old. 15 years from now, I'm 70. And if it goes by like a fraction of the last 55 years, because I do not feel like that. I do not feel like I'm 5'5". I remember there was a time I thought 27 was old. If I don't have things in place, it's going to be a very, very hard road, because then my ability to get out there and work and physical labor is going to be declined. It's not maybe not my mental labor. I don't think that's going to be, but I'm simply just not going to want to do that anymore. But I'm still going to have to live, and so I'm using what I know right now while it's time to while it's time. I have my strength and my a portion of my ability and my time to go ahead and realize my time and get myself in a position where I won't have to struggle, or the ones I love won't have to struggle, because I put something in place that they won't have to do. I'm looking to build a financial portfolio, that's going to be strong enough to take care of me. And it's not going to be the social security system over in this country, because that's already insolvent, simply because they keep borrowing out and borrowing out and borrowing out. Yet we still over in this country get our taxes taken out to pay for it. So this is what I'm looking at. So I ask you the same thing. What are you seeing? If things keep going the way that they're in your household right now, if things keep going, that barring a major catastrophe, if things keep going, as far as like that, how are you going to be in 20 years from now? Where are you going to be? Well, you say, well, I have my pension. Good luck on that. You can't live off 100% of what they pay you right now. How are you going to swing it when they start paying it down 40, 45, 50%? How are you going to do that? They say, well, I have my home paid for it. Good luck with that. You still got property taxes to pay. You still got upkeep. You still have a utility costs. Everything costs. So you have got to have an income that keeps up with the cost of goods and service or the rate of inflation. Other words, or even the tax benefits, because other words, your wealth is going to be eaten away by taxes and inflation. And and you're going to be less than what you were, because now you're going to be older and now you're going to have less time to maneuver. So the time to take action is now. The time to make hay is right now while the sun is shining.
All right, perfect. Guys, with that being said, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the video. Also, link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Link will also be in the description and it's on the screen. Sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to personally call you, get your contact with Fitzgerald, and we're going to get you up and running. That's our commitment to you guys who sign up on our team. What we'll do, Fitzgerald, we'll go ahead and close out. Anything you'd like to share in closing?
No, it's as thank you guys for hearing Dynas and I out. I mean, we gosh, I know there's been a lot of skeptical stuff happening out there in the world. I mean, I've been a part of. I've been caught up in some of that skeptical stuff. Skeptical people. I mean, not skeptical suspect. I've been caught up in that. But you know what? I got to take a chance. I had to take a chance on my future. I've had bad haircuts before, and I've eaten bad meals before, but that didn't stop me from getting my haircut and from eating food. So I decided to take a chance on myself. All we're trying to do is get something to you, not nothing from you. You do what you want. That this is not for you, great. Maybe there's someone who you can help. You could turn them onto it. But nevertheless, I leave you with this. Regardless of whether you decide to do business with Dynas or not. But one thing I want you to understand: create an additional income stream for you and your family that is not dependent upon your work effort to keep it coming in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Like I said, I'm still in Nigeria, enjoying my time home. I will be going to Ghana on Friday. Looking forward to getting to Ghana. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, sign up, use my affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to personally call you. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for who? Brother Fitzgerald Stephens. Peace.
Thank you.